What are the advantages of talking to your cat? The interaction, does it help? And if so, who does it help? In this material, we'll talk about the importance of positive interaction and how speaking to your pet can unlock the benefits far beyond what can be seen. You could come to find that talking to your cat is really for you. Interesting topic, and I've got you covered. Stay tuned. When it comes to interaction with your cat, using your voice to interact, the first benefit is that it can serve to strengthen the bond that you have with your pet. So much of what your cat knows about you and will hopefully come to love is born from your voice, your tone, how you speak. With your voice, your cat can get a glimpse of your personality. They can also learn. What are words anyway? Well, they're just really sounds, aren't they? And with those sounds, your voice can serve as a teaching tool, a learning tool. Your voice is a source of mental stimulation for your pet. And in many ways, how you speak, the way you speak, what you say, and how you say it makes you a one of one. It's your calling card. Have you ever entered a room and your cat just couldn't see you, but you started to speak to them? Did you call their name or say something they're familiar with? Sort of an inside phrase, almost like an inside joke, something that your cat has grown to understand. Well, in that moment, did your cat start to purr? From personal experience, I've found that the sound of my voice reigns supreme to most anything when it comes to feline interaction and how my cats connect with me. One of my cats, in particular, she'll crank up that purr machine at the sound of my voice, and she'll do so even when she's not even looking at my direction. The bond, the trust, the loyalty, the safety, the security, talking to your cat, especially from the time your pet is a kitten, it can really prove to be quite invaluable. The power of your voice. When all is said and done, it could be the most important thing that you have to offer. On the flip side of things, what's actually in all this for you? Is talking to your pet just a one-way street, just a way for them to become familiar with you and perhaps learn positive or negative cues? Is your voice just a teaching tool and not much else? The answer is no. In fact, your voice, it can be therapy. Not only a comforting sound to your cat, but the ability to speak to your pet can be therapy for you. It probably sounds a bit cheesy, but we all need a sounding board from time to time, and sometimes venting to your cat, it can help you. Remember the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks? Well, he spent half of that film having in-depth one-sided conversations with a volleyball. And near the end of the film, when he lost the volleyball at sea, he cried. He actually gave up, resigning himself to his fate in large measure because his companion, the only thing he really had to talk to vent to, was gone. Of course, I won't spoil the plot or how the film ended, but talking to your cat, well, you're going to get a lot more out of them than you ever would a volleyball. And Tom Hanks, well, he seemed to get all he could out of Wilson the volleyball. At any rate, after a tough day at work, tough day at school, what have you, if your cat is right there, just vent away. Because while your pet won't understand really a thing you're talking about, it'll probably make you feel better, to be honest, and there's certainly nothing wrong with being selfish at times. Another advantage of talking to your feline is positive engagement. Just that positive engagement across the board. Your interactions vocally will let your pet know that you're involved. You're involved with them, that you're in the mix, that you're doing more than just being physically present. And this is very important for both kittens and cats of senior status. I've said it before, simply having a cat doesn't really make you a feline parent. It doesn't really make you a responsible and loving owner. And hey, I'm as guilty as the next person, right? I mean, sometimes when life it can get a bit wild. Your cat can become almost like your coffee table, just sort of there in the home, taking up space. Because if issues in your world demand your attention, your pet could unfortunately take a back seat and a backstage role. As an owner, it's important to always place your cat on that front line as much as you can. Being active, interactive with your pet is always a positive, always. Physically hands-on whenever possible, in addition to your vocals, because some days will be a bit rougher than others. We all know this. And some days you just won't have the time and energy to have a play session, a cuddle session with your cat, and be as hands-on as you'd like and for them to want you to be. However, your voice, it's always there and every opportunity to use it You'd be surprised sometimes your cat, all they really want and need is your acknowledgement. You don't have to move a mountain, you just have to talk to them. And hey, if you can do so in a silly, babyish voice, just do what you do. It's something that your cat will understand and appreciate. Felines, they do hate to be ignored, so use your voice even when you don't have time for any other measure of positive interaction. I talk a lot on this channel about growing the bond, getting on your cat's good side, getting them to like you, getting them to choose you over others. Well, so much of that ties in with your ability to interact. Your pet is making the effort. If they're doing all the heavy lifting, they're coming over to you while you're watching TV, they're looking at you, they're rubbing against your legs, hey, give them positive affirmation with your voice. Talking to your pet, especially in the early stages of ownership, it can help to establish those building blocks of trust. So much of who you are and what you physically do for your cat in terms of play sessions, petting sessions, the supply of that fresh food and water, it will be connected by the sound of your voice. One of the main reasons why cats are able to remember their owners, even after weeks and months of separation, is the voice. How a person smells, that scent, and how they sound. That's what cats remember the most. Your pet could walk to the other side of the earth, but no one is going to sound just quite like you. That's why from kittenhood to senior status, direct vocal interaction is so very important. And being that we are Senior Cat Wellness, I'll stress that speaking to your senior cat is vital because depending on their health standing overall, both physically and mentally, they're going to need those comforts more than ever, that feeling of security and hearing your voice. It'll become more important as your cat ages. Does talking to your cat really help? 100% yes. It's beneficial in countless ways for your pet, and it's also beneficial for you. A sense of belonging. Don't ignore it. Food, water, clean litter box, a place to play, a place to nap. Those are all vital essentials, but they don't quite work, at least not in harmony, unless you provide your pet with a sense of belonging, and that begins with you, how you interact with them. To the viewers of Senior Cat Wellness, are you always engaging with your pet? Is your cat often on the receiving end of your stories and the details of your day? Do you have your own special language with your pet? Any special phrases, any funny things that you only say to your pet? Have you given your cat a nickname? Talking to your pet, those positive interactions, let me know how this has helped the bond that you have with your pet, and how this has also helped in your daily life beyond feline ownership. Are you less stressed simply because you have a cat to vent to? Is your pet a calming influence? A comment section, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.